4.60 ERA as you take a look at the complete sheet of numbers. Limited experience against the Giants, 4 starts, 1 win, but it was against Matt Cain, one of their aces.
Underway, and it's ball 1 on Aaron Rowan. A cool 65 degrees. And into left field, the catch is made by Moss. 1 up and 1 down for Paul Mahalem, who, despite pitching very well, the numbers aren't great. He'd like to have a much better second half, and he didn't want to use it as an excuse. He never did. But I think, Steve, there seems to be little doubt in that clubhouse that he was pitching not 100%.
Yeah, and here's a guy, too, that he's 6-4. Paul Mahalem knows that he is better than 6 wins right now, because I think he realizes that he has become a much better pitcher over the course of a year. So you don't know the degree of frustration, but he knows what he's capable of now, and he's more sure of himself out there on the mound.
It was a groin injury that slowed him down, though. Again, he didn't want to talk about it. Never used it as an excuse.
You know, I think of Paul Mahalem in these kind of situations, because you can take the high road or the low road when you're pitching against a guy like Tim Lincecum. You can embrace that challenge and say, boy, if I can beat him, that's a real plus. Or you can say, boy, it's going to be tough for me tonight. I think Paul Mahalem's the kind of guy that takes the high road.
Absolutely. Jack Wilson with the play behind short on a high bounding ball. 2 outs, and check out Steve's Tips to Win, presented by Rivers Casino, opening August 9th.
And right along that theme I was just talking about, outpitch Lincecum. That's how you're going to win, because he doesn't give up much. In fact, take a look at the second item. Don't miss limited opportunities. You might get 1 shot at him, you might get 2. You better cash him in. And then Paul Mahalem has got to do his job. So that's the package you need. You need Paul, and to cash in every chance you're going to get, because you're not going to get many.
Now here is Pablo Sandoval, and they are crediting Kung Fu Panda with this resurgent Giants team. His numbers: .333 average, 3rd best in the league.
He's one of 3 switch hitters in the lineup for Bruce Bochy.
He's a guy who keeps it simple, doesn't walk a lot. In fact, last year when he got the call up from the minor leagues in August, hit .345 and 145 at bats, walked just 4 times. This year he's improved on the walks numbers, 18 unintentional free passes, but he's up there to swing the bat. It's kind of his philosophy. He says, I don't have a lot of mechanics and all that. I just hit the ball.
Sounds like a guy I used to play with. Mr. Clemente said, I see the ball and I hit the ball. That's what I try to do.
Pretty simple stuff.
Yep. Lack of clutter is a real friend in a Major League Baseball player.
Call him a Kung Fu Panda with that body type, but yet a good athlete. Drive toward left center field, and Moss makes the catch, and it's 3 up and 3 down to start the ball game for Paul Mahalem. The Buccos come to bat against Tim Lincecum. Tim Lincecum on the hill, and here is John Russell's starting lineup against him, brought to you by PNC. Andrew McCutchen, Freddie Sanchez, and Garrett Jones. Garrett Jones has an 8-game hitting streak. He's homered in 3 straight. Ryan Domet, Adam LaRoche, Brandon Moss, and then Andy LaRoche, Jack Wilson, and Paul Mahallam.
Against the Phenom. He's not that big, 5'11", 170 pounds. But he gets it to home plate pretty quickly. He knows what he's doing, and he's real good.
Cy Young winner last year facing Andrew McCutchen. This is his 37th game in the major leagues.
Andrews or Tim's?
No, it's Andrews. Although Tim's not.
He's in that neighborhood.
Wily veteran. I mean, what, right? A grizzled veteran.
Yeah.
It's just his 3rd year in the big leagues, coming off his Cy Young season when he went 18-5 last year with a 2.62 ERA.
And he is all over the charts. We could tell you the numbers, but you get a picture that he's all over the leader charts in the National League. Ball fouled away.
And the picture is the thing. Such an unorthodox windup, incredible torque.
Yep. Those are all real good numbers, especially when you consider 127 innings, 149 strikeouts. ERA, wins, complete games, shutouts, winning percentage, innings pitched, strikeouts, opponent's batting average.
A drive deep to left, and back is Torres, and he'll make the catch. Looked as though he has started out with a little bit of trouble, and maybe that ball kind of died as it approached the wall, but Torres made the play.
Yeah, funny looking kind of play, because he gave the appearance of having it measured the whole time. And if he's that good, well, you got to give him credit, because he knew where he was, evidently knew he had time, and Lincecum wants that ball back in the ballpark, and a little sigh of relief.
Sigh of relief. CY.
Yeah, CY out of Bellevue, Washington, 24 years old.
Andrew McCutchen thought maybe at least extra bases, but Torres made the play, one away here in the bottom of the 1st. Whoops. Here are a couple of All-Stars. Now, Freddie Sanchez didn't get a chance to play in this year's All-Star game, appearing in his 3rd Midsummer Classic. Lincecum started for the National League.
Well, you look at things that you might be able to work with against a guy like Tim Lincecum. Misses inside there, 2-1. One of the things he has not really perfected his craft of holding base runners on. Now, first of all, you got to get base runners. He doesn't give up too many of those, but there have been some people running on him, and that's what you call getting sawed off there.
Oh, and it's Lincecum who makes the play. He is a great athlete, and he proved it right there. Tim Lincecum, as Aurelia was a little bit late getting there.
Sawed him off and waits there, and then realizes he's going to be the only one with a chance to make the play. Wow. And comes in and makes it.
What a play for a pitcher, for anybody, let alone a pitcher.
But there have been some people running on him.
Southwest Field Cam, a look.
He knew exactly where he was because he never took his eye off the ball, so he had a feel that he was still on the grass and went into that pop-up slide kind of mode. By the way, one thing that you don't like about Tim Lincecum, he doesn't repair his divots. There's a big divot there where the knee went in. He'll get better at that.
Garrett Jones, there's a look.
You know, he was drafted by both the Cleveland Indians and the Chicago Cubs, did not sign. Fortunately for the San Francisco Giants.
Last year, the summer before, I think Tom Verducci of Sports Illustrated wrote a feature story on Lincecum, and it was really interesting to see part of that story included Mark Shapiro, the Indians general manager, pulled up the original notes from the Cleveland scouts and executives who were trying to decide whether to make Lincecum one of their top pick that year before the 05 draft. And this ball driven deep to center, rolling back and gone! Garrett Jones has homered in 4 straight games. It is his 6th. He has a 9-game hitting streak. Well, we're calling Lincecum the freak. Maybe we should call Garrett Jones the freak.
Wow. Nothing cheap about it. Straight away, center field. for Garrett Jones, and that's only the 5th home run that Lincecum has given up in this his 19th start. A rocket, a vapor trail to center field. The Pirates 1-0.
6 home runs, 43 Pirate at-bats for Garrett Jones. This is his 12th game, and he already has 6 home runs. Amazing what this guy has done. The last Pirate to homer 5 times in 11 games was Darrell Ward in 2004. Well, Garrett Jones has homered 6 times in a dozen games, and down on strikes goes Doman. Man, Garrett Jones provides a first inning highlight. This line drive home run over the center field wall. Gives the Pirates a 1-0 lead. 1-800-SAFE-AUTO reminds you you are safe at home with Safe Auto, proudly supporting the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure.
There's your run, Paul.
Yeah, go get him, huh?
Yep.
Benji Molina, 35-year-old catcher, and their cleanup hitter. Someone made a nice grab in the stands. Molina will be followed by Renteria and Uribe. We mentioned that the Giants' offense doesn't provide a bunch of runs.
Yeah, but they're still 5th in the National League in team batting average, so it's not all bad.
Pirates tied for 6th and a strikeout looking for Paul Mahalam.
Might have been a fastball, might have been a little cutter. First 4 up, first 4 down for Paul.
I have to believe if anybody is going to benefit from this All-Star break, it's going to be Paul Mahalam. This is his first start since July the 7th.
Sam Holbrook barking out the balls and strikes behind home plate.
James Hoy at first base, the umpire there. Damian Beal at second, and the acting crew chief is third base umpire Larry Vanover. Edgar Renteria at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. There is Sam Holbrook and the rest of the crew.
Charlie Relaford, originally part of this crew, but pregame scratch.
Bunted foul by Renteria.
Edgar Renteria, he's been around a while, and he's been on some very successful baseball teams. Remember him with the Cardinals. He's moved around a good bit, but he's been a solid major league contributor.
Big part of the 1997 World Series champion Florida Marlins. And he goes down. Back-to-back Ks for Paul Maholm. Time to open up tonight's Geico quote book from John Russell, the Pirates manager. We're young, we're growing. Guys are starting to develop. I like the way we're pitching. We've just got to score a few runs. Geico quote book. Oh, Garrett Jones, the home run.
Well, they're scoring a few. You just got to score a few more.
2 up, 2 down. Uribe, the second baseman, hitting .301. Signed as a minor league free agent over the winter by the Giants after 5 years with the White Sox. The last Pirate to a homer in 4 straight games was Jose Castillo. He actually homered in 5 straight back in 2006, and a base hit through the hole on the right side. A 2-out single. Garrett Jones now with a 9-game hitting streak, 6 home runs, and home runs in 4 straight ball games. The dead center at home run in the bottom of the 1st inning, and as Steve mentioned, just the 5th allowed by Lincecum. 37-year-old Rich Aurelia. He is hitting .212 with a couple of homers and 15 runs batted in. A strike is called on this Brooklyn, New York native. His 3rd year in his 2nd stint with the Giants. He is hitting .262 against lefties this season, but this will be an out. Or should be, as Jack Wilson handcuffs Freddie Sanchez, but Sanchez makes the pick. 2-out single doesn't hurt Maholm. 1-0 Buccos. Is at the plate as the Pirates lead 1-0 over Tim Lincecum. Bottom of the 2nd.
You know, I was talking to Greg before the crash boom bang home run of Garrett Jones. An approach for Pirates to take against Lincecum. There's a check swing that wasn't checked in time. It's a strike. The fact that Lincecum has some guys that have run on him, and Benji Molina only throwing runners out at a 15% rate this year. If you get the opportunity, hey, it might be something that the Pirates consider.
Boy, with those numbers, Steve, Ball hit in the air to left, and the catch is made by Torres. But you would think a definite that the Pirates get anybody they can run on, they're going to take off.
Would you say it's 12 out of 13 base stealers against Lincecum? Something like
12
that?
out of 13 have been successful this season.
Yeah. But then you got to get to first base, so that's an issue.
And in fact, over his career, 42 stolen bases in 48 attempts. So only 6 have been caught in this Lincecum's third year. One ball, one strike on Brandon Moss, hitting .255.
We were talking before the game started about Lincecum and the role he's been on, even after the Cy Young Award year. Last 4 starts, he's given up just 4 runs, including 2 shutouts. Well, he won't get the shutout tonight after the home run, but in his last 10 starts, just 12 earned runs. 10 starts, 12 earned runs coming into the start tonight. That's how good this young man has been.
And a walk to Moss.
That's another kind of headline. He doesn't walk many people. He doesn't give up many home runs. Maybe, hey, every once in a while you catch somebody in the right night.
Check out tonight's leader stat update on the Fox Box, brought to you by Bridgestone Firestone. The National League leaders road ERA. This is no shock. I mean, you've got a guy in Lincecum. Steve said all the numbers.
He's all over the
Yeah, he's everywhere, including road ERA. His overall ERA is .233, which is second best behind Dan Herron in the National League. Lincecum a .222 road ERA, so slightly better on the road than his overall earned run average.
Kane, his teammate, right behind him in that National ERA rankings.
We said if a guy gets on who can run, you'd run, but you wouldn't consider Moss a base stealer.
But
with those numbers.
Yeah, and the fact he's that good. Sometimes you just have to push a little bit when you're facing one of the best.
Some wondered whether maybe Lincecum might be a bit tired. And you wonder if Bruce Bochy had considered moving him back rather than making their #1 starter make the start right out of the break, because he did go on Tuesday against the American League. And
let me make this point. You're 24 years old. You're one of the top pitchers in all of baseball. You want the baseball every other day. You're young. You're in good shape. Give me the baseball.
There's no not taking the baseball in baseball.
That's right. Ask Tom Hanks.
1-2 on Andy LaRoche.
I'm serious. When you're on a roll, when you're this good, you want to pitch all the time. Give me the ball all the time.
Lincecum 10-2. 10 wins, second most in the league.
You know what? You start that stuff with a young pitcher. You say, well, we're going to give you another day. We're going to give you another 2 days. Or you might only go 5 innings. You start getting in it. Oh, maybe I need that much time. Maybe I am tired. You don't get that stuff in your head.
Get that stuff out of your head.
Get out of here. Get out of my face and off my head.
On deck, Jack Wilson.
Something like that.
Fouled back. We were talking before the home run about the story that Sports Illustrated did early last summer. Tom Verducci of SI, very extensive about Lincecum, his relationship with his father, who taught him this very unorthodox windup, the incredible, outrageous torque, and the abnormally long stride, incredible stride to the mound. And general manager Mark Shapiro opened up the scouting notes, the original notes, because a lot of teams were afraid of Lincecum maybe breaking down. And take another look at this amazingly long stride. Look how far down he gets off that hill. And the scouting notes on Lincecum from the Indians, as this just misses 3-2. Steve says #2 starter. #2 starter.
Yeah.
Wonder if he's going to hold up as a starter. Freaky. Maybe a Frankie Rodriguez type bullpen guy. Potential closer, setup man. Potential front of the rotation. Probably more reliever than starter.
Well, there's a tremendous exertion.
And the runner does go on the 3-2. and don't know what happened there, whether Moss slowed down a bit or whether that was just a slip, but it turns out to be a strike him out, throw him out, and double play, and a 1-0 Pirates lead. And he's going to be thrown out. Part of the strike him out, throw him out DP.
And a perfect throw by Benji Molina, right on the money. Caught stealing 2-4.
And the batter, Andres Torres, the left fielder, will be followed by Tim Lincecum and Aaron Rowan, and a 1-0 Pirates lead for Paul Mahalem. Torres, the switch hitter, batting from the right side, of course. A swing and a miss. Jessica Grace joins us, marketing director down in Anna Maria, where, of course, Pirates been training for years. Dee can talk to this as well as anybody. And we want to kind of discuss about that area down there in Bradenton where the Pirates hold spring training. 2-1 the count. First of all, Jessica, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And what brings you to town, to Pittsburgh?
Well, we're here to get some great Pittsburghers to come down for spring training and enjoy some wonderful baseball and some beautiful beaches and wonderful weather when it's kind of chilly up here in Pittsburgh.
What a great combination. The Pirates have been there for so many years. And you're exactly right. There should be more people because there's no prettier area on the west coast of Florida, maybe on all of Florida, with the pace and the weather and the things you can do there. It's been a perfect fit for the people of Pittsburgh to come down and watch baseball.
It is great. It's it's kind of a small town, hometown feel, and we love having the Pirates there. And lots of fun things to do, as you know, being there for so many years.
Well, we just love Anna Maria Island. I don't think there's a prettier place and a nicer place to go to. And the golf courses around, the restaurants. I mean, it's just perfect, and you can catch up with yourself. It's not that crazy pace you see in some of the other Florida towns.
Absolutely right.
It's wonderful. It's just been absolutely terrific.
Oh, great. Yeah, we being up here in Pittsburgh, this is my first trip up here, and talking to people, I really see where there's a great connection between, they know Bradenton, they know where the Pirates spring train, and we would love to have them come down any time of year, not just spring training, but I think it gets kind of cold here in January and February.
It does indeed. Now, you're on with the Pirates and with us, and thank you for that.
Thank you.
What's the rest of your itinerary while you're here?
Well, just meeting with some different folks and radio stations in the area, and trying to talk about spring training and our beautiful destination. And, funny, a lot of people didn't know we have beautiful beaches down there.
Oh,
so
man.
I'm trying to spread that word as much as I possibly can.
Absolutely.
Jessica, I've got a question for you, because people do they want to talk about, maybe I will make a trip down in February or March, or as you say, January, to see where the Pirates train or find out more about the beaches. What's the best thing for somebody who's never been down there before? Who to contact? Because I've had so many people want to know, tell me about the restaurants on Anna Maria. Tell us about the best place to hang out for a weekend or long weekend. What's the best thing for them to do?
The best thing to do would be to go to our website. Probably the best place to start for your planning of your trip, www.floridasgulfislands.com. And on there you'll find.
There we go. Florida's Golf Islands.com. All one word. Okay.
All one word. And you'll find great itinerary suggestions for finding a place to stay, some great spots to eat. I know, I hear you have some favorite spots down there to eat as well.
Out on the beach, out on the island is great. Yeah.
Anna Maria and Longboat Key are uniquely old Florida still. They're independently owned and operated restaurants and hotels, all low rises. You know, you can get around easily on the free trolley or the bikes. Have some great locally grown, cuisine, we like to call it. So it's a fantastic area that I think offers a wonderful tie-in to the Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the beach is phenomenal, that whole island, because they preserved it. Like you say, they've not let it get overgrown. There's not the high rises and the condominiums. It is like old Florida, and that's one of the reasons it's so darn popular. I know when the Pirates first started going down there, all the guys were buying places on Perico on the way out to the island, and it's just it's been a good combination, a love affair between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the city of Bradenton. We got scared once. We thought we were going to have to leave and go up to Winter Haven. Nothing against Winter Haven, but there's no contest. Yeah, a lot of things against Winter Haven compared to Bradenton, but please stay with us.
I will.
Jessica Grace is with us talking about Bradenton, Florida. We're talking about Paul Mahalem and the Pirates leading it 1-0. On the Garrett Jones home run in the first inning, Jack Wilson leads off the bottom of the third against Tim Lincecum, and it's ball one. Greg Brown, Steve Blass, joined by Jessica Grace, marketing director for Anna Maria, Longboat, and Bradenton Beaches, talking about what a great place to visit. Pitches popped up to the shortstop. Going to be an easy play for Renteria. One away. And again, what if we could flash that that website address? Because as Jessica said, if you are wondering about, that'll answer all your questions.
That's where it all starts, right there.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I'll ask you this, Jess. What makes that area so unique, unlike other beaches in that state or frankly in the country?
Well, I think the most important reason is the Pittsburgh Pirates spring training there.
Absolutely.
But the beautiful beaches. You know what's fun about the area is that it is that old Florida, white sand beaches, free trolleys, no tolls to get over the bridges, free parking at the beaches. I mean, how many places in Florida can really still stay that still?
And kind of gentle surf too. I mean, it's manageable. You don't get overpowered, and it's always manageable. It seems like.
It is.
And manageable too. The golf courses. You can play golf in the morning, go to the beach in the afternoon when the Pirates are away, or play golf in the morning and go to the Pirate game.
Right. Well, and I like to reach out to the lady fans as well and talk about, while your guys are going off to the spring training games, there's some wonderful spas and great shopping, of course.
I know the outlets very well.
I'm sure you know Ellington Prime Outlets.
Yes, absolutely.
So I hear a lot of women, I don't want to sit at a baseball game all day. No, there's lots of things for ladies to do too. So
Mahalam grounds to the shortstop. Renteria.
I think the other thing too, it's the location. You can get into Tampa very comfortable. You can fly into Sarasota. You've got the Interstate 75 coming down. It's not a massive drive from Pittsburgh if you choose to do that. So there's a lot of reasons to like Bradenton, not the least of which is the Pirates, but the accessibility and the whole pace for a veteran like me. The pace is very, very important, but it's all good down there. It's been a wonderful relationship.
I'm pretty sure you can get on a Southwest flight direct out of Pittsburgh into Tampa. About 45-minute drive, or Sarasota Bradenton International Airport. I know I came up on Delta and had to connect through Atlanta, and pretty easy in and out. So
and it's great for all ages. It really is. And
nothing not to like.
Yes.
Jessica, thanks so much.
Thanks for the visit.
Look forward to seeing you down in Bradenton.
Absolutely. We look forward to welcoming all the Pittsburgh fans down soon.
All right, Jessica Grace.
Thanks.
And again, that address. Strike is called on Andrew McCutchen. FloridasGolfIslands.com.
You'll love it.
Yep.
You will love it.
Absolutely.
Thanks again.
Andrew McCutchen. Two and one the count. Hit a fly ball to the warning track in left. His first time up. And it's 3-1. Lincecum going through the lineup once and now facing McCutchen. Three and two. A walk and a couple of strikeouts for Lincecum the first time through. The ball that McCutchen actually hit for the moment, for at least for a second, it looked as though the left fielder Andres Torres was going to have some trouble. 3-2. You don't expect to score much, if at all, against Lincecum. And down on strikes goes McCutchen. Through 3 innings already at PNC Park. It is 1-0 Bucks. Lincecum, who was the last National League starter to get a win in the All-Star game. Oh boy. Wow.
Well, obviously have to go back 12 years. A 12-year run.
So wait, okay, yeah, the last National League starter to get a win. We're going to have to get some clarification. First base unassisted. I'm assuming that
if you're going back to the time where it didn't have to be just 3 innings.
Right. I'm assuming this means that a starting pitcher coming in relief, which most of the time they do,
Okay. All right. Yeah, it gets complicated.
Yeah. In other words, not just a pure reliever getting a win in the All-Star game, right?
You say so, Greg.
Well, whatever. I'm getting nothing from the trailer. Pablo Sandoval flied out to left in the first.
And less from me. I'm not sure about all that.
Get nothing and like it. When was the last National League victory in an All-Star game?
96 or 97?
Ripped look out is right. It hit the railing over by one of the grounds crew.
Off the pipe.
Oh, look out here. Big Ben struck one.
Taking the heat out of a hot kitchen.
Yeah. Whoa.
That was the linea.
John Martin down there. He's all right.
How's that laundry doing, John?
Oh, 0-2 on Sandoval, with one away here in the fourth and a 1-0 Pirates lead. This guy is a free swinger, and he attacks the ball. Lays off that.
Yeah, just took a pitch.
Yeah.
It's a headline.
Made his debut last year, August 14th. The Giants were 50 and 69 on that day. And over their last 43 games last season, they went 22 and 21 after his arrival. Lays off that pitch 2-2.
But you have to work for him to take a pitch, though.
Now the Giants were 20 and 23 May the 24th. They have gone 29 and 16 since. And Sandoval during that stretch hitting .365, but he'll be retired here by Mahalam. And Mahalam looking very sharp. Now tomorrow, Buccos and Giants, some Valley fireworks lighting up the Pittsburgh skyline. Brought to you by PPG. Get to the game early tomorrow for Italian Day festivities on Federal Street, including live music, authentic Italian food, and a beer garden. Go to Pirates.com or call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS. It's game 2 of this 3-game series. Ground ball. Backhanded Andy LaRoche. He has plenty of time to get the slow-footed Benji Molina. And Paul Mahalam. 1-2-3 and out. 1-0 Bucks. And got the win. When was it? John Smoltz started the 1996 game in Philadelphia Veterans Stadium. The National League won 6-0 for their 3rd straight victory. They haven't won a game since. Freddie Sanchez.
Might have been in the top 3 trivia questions we've ever had.
Really?
Honest to God.
No, come on.
I am not kidding you.
You're putting us all on, Steve.
No, I'm not. That gets you into the crown jewel of the summer, which is the Midsummer Classic. John Smoltz, one of the greatest. It was a shutout. Top-notch question.
All right.
Well done. Well done.
If that's the way you feel, that's fine. Lincecum started this year's Midsummer Classic. And Sanchez, a foul ball, not by much.
One of the things that makes Lincecum so tough, and there are many, is the fact when he goes back, he hides the ball. He's one of those guys that not only has good stuff, but he's not conventional in the sense you can visually pick up where the ball is going to come out of. You have to kind of look in back of his body and see where he's coming from, when he's coming from, to try to get your timing right. So good stuff and a little deceptive is a pretty good combination for a pitcher. Comes back, hides it, keeps it in back of him.
And that's a fair ball this time. Line past Rich Aurelia. Kicks off the fence, and Sanchez into second base with a double to lead off the 4th inning.
The double machine. If you can't get it down there in the air near the line, hit it past the first baseman. Lincecum can flat pitch. Freddie Sanchez can flat hit.
28th double for Freddie Sanchez. That is 2 behind the league leader Miguel Tejada.
Okay, here's that scenario I was trying to make my point with earlier, Greg. Here's an opportunity. You got to find a way to push him around. Doesn't have to be pretty, but again, you're only going to get so many opportunities. This could be a huge run for the Pirates. It's going to be a challenge. You got a free swinger against a strikeout pitcher. You got to try to make it happen.
Homered in the 1st inning, giving him 6 dingers in 12 games for the Pirates this year. This is his 2nd stint in the major leagues, and look again at the doubles leaders in the National League.
Get Garrett to pull the ball.
2-0, and the way he's going, Steve, he's so hot. Talking about Garrett Jones, that even though the Pirates struggle offensively, they're going to pitch very carefully to him until they figure him out. So far, they haven't found a weakness early in his Pirates career. Garrett Jones, who spent some time in the big leagues a couple of years ago with the Minnesota Twins. And tonight's play that made you smile from our friends at Aspen Dental. Garrett Jones in the 1st inning homers to give the Pirates this 1-0 lead. The Aspen Dental play that made you smile. Jones has now homered in 4 straight, has a 9-game hitting streak. He's 28 years old, and that one jammed him. And popped up to Renteria, makes the catch.
Not the easiest catch, but Edgar Renteria has made that play lots of times in his major league career. And now you get the matchup, Ryan Domit, just what, his 4th game since coming off the DL. So his timing is not probably where he wants it to be. So this is going to be a challenge for Ryan against Lincecum.
Renteria making the play on shallow left center. Garrett Jones retired. Strike 1 on Domit.
This is the first time I've seen Lincecum. The fastball is 90, 91. I mean,
normally it's a little higher than that. He can get up to 97.
Well, we haven't seen that tonight.
No. That's why there may be some vulnerability here. Perhaps this ball fouled off. 0-2.
I told him not to bring this thing down here until about 9:30. Nope,
ready to pick you up.
Yep.
Nice crowd on hand tonight for game 1 of the 3-game series.
There really is, and a tip of the cap, because they were looking at some threatening weather on their way to this ballpark, and they didn't turn around. Thanks.
Tomorrow night, tickets do remain for game 2. of the series.
But don't wait around.
Don't wait too long is exactly right. Sunday, Kids Sunday. All fans 14 and under get a Let's Go Bucks Pirates pillow from Mrs. T's Pierogies. It's also a Giant Eagle Advantage card day. Use that card to save. Bounce to the right side. 2 down. Again, if you can't get tickets for tomorrow night, come on out Sunday afternoon. Bring the kids, all youngsters 14 and under. Get one of these Let's Go Bucks pillows, courtesy of Mrs. T's Pierogies. Freddie Sanchez showing it to you. Kids Fun Zone before the game, right outside on Federal Street. Kids run the bases after the game, and use your Giant Eagle Advantage card to save. And tonight, thanks to West Penn Allegheny Health System, beach towels given away.
Some of them were kind of used as semi-umbrellas when they were distributed before the game. We had to wait for the game to start after a substantial shower.
The homestand continues Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday against the Brew Crew. And fly ball to center field. Aaron Rowan makes the catch off the bat of Adam LaRoche. Pirates get the leadoff double, do not cash in, still lead 1-0. Game in Seattle's Kingdome. He records 2 outfield assists. National League defeat the American League 7-6. Our this day in Pirates history. Thank you, Day Automotive.
Yep, that's when the National League was on quite a roll in the All-Star game.
Yep.
A lot of years. It has turned around. How about the pitching in this year's All-Star game? 2 hours and 31 minutes. That's unique going in.
Great game.
And a whole lot of pitching going on.
We were talking before the game with Mike Krukow, the former pitcher and a longtime broadcaster for the Giants, about how baseball has kind of evolved back to where speed, defense, pitching now at a premium. And you can see teams trying to mold themselves. There is Kruk along Dave Fleming there in the TV booth. But, you know, you really need to play smart baseball. You need to pitch. Chopper to the left side. Bare hand LaRoche, and he got him.
Second circle. Top-notch play by Andy LaRoche.
We just say something about defense, didn't we?
Oh, my goodness. What a nice play. Did a nice job on Benji Molina to stop the 4th inning, and now against Renteria.
Spectacular play there by Andy LaRoche.
How hard it is to throw that across your body when your body's moving one way. Your arm's got to go back the other way. You got to throw it with some authority, and it's all arm, and then to get the accuracy on top of it. About 3 different things you have to do exceptionally well, and he did all 3.
I'm talking to John Russell on his radio pregame show the other day, asking him about the possibility that you're looking at Jack Wilson, Freddie Sanchez, and Adam LaRoche as definite Gold Glove candidates. He agreed, and he added Andy LaRoche into that mix. He said, I don't think anybody's playing any better defense at third base in the league. You take away 3 games or so, and Andy LaRoche's errors would be down to, I believe, 4. Another look at this incredibly difficult play.
There's nothing to help your arm there. Your body is out of the equation. So the backhand stop against Molina was a dandy, and this sparkler against Renteria was better.
And that might lead to the question, and something maybe we can ponder over the next few games or so. When was the last time the Pirates had an infield that has played this well defensively? All 4 guys.
You know, when you can continue that question, it's been a long time since a major league team has had that kind of package, and the group I remember was the New York Mets.
That infield with Olerud at first.
Yep. I can't remember.
Robin Ventura at third.
Yep.
Ball popped up.
They had four good ones.
More than a pop-up. Fairly deep, actually, in left field.
And while we're talking about good, how about Paul Mahalam allowing 1 base runner to this point? Not too good, 10 good so far.
That Mets infield included Ray Ordonez and Edgardo Alfonso, along with Robin Ventura and John Olerud, at what some say the best infield ever, certainly from the Mets perspective.
Quite a package of talent.
The 1999 Mets infield. But the Pirates infield of 2009, Paul Mahalam will tell you, as good as any in the league this year. That quartet Steve mentioned, that Mets infield of 1999, committed just 27 errors combined, which is the best all time. And 3 of those 4 did win Gold Gloves: Olerud, Ventura, and Ordonez.
Edgardo Alfonso wound up leaving second base with that group and being a very serviceable, very above average third baseman, and spent some time, I believe, with the Giants.
Yep. There's a guy who's played those positions, Rich Aurelia.
I think he was around during that time that Alfonso was there. The definitive grizzled veteran, Rich Aurelia. And meant as a compliment.
Oh, there's a swing and a miss. Aurelia goes down swinging. 5 Ks from Mahalam, another 1-2-3 inning. He's given up 1 hit. County Automotive Farm Report. Some news from the minor leagues. Ian Snell, 0.34 ERA in 4 starts. Yuslan Herrera, 7 scoreless innings. Pedro Alvarez at his 5th home run for Double-A Altoona. Yesterday, this ball fouled back out of play. Gorkis Hernandez, who was acquired in the Nate McLeod deal, along with Charlie Morton, 3 for 5 with an RBI. And Jose Tabata, 2 for 5, 5 ribbies. That ball hit well the other way, but Torres there. Brandon Moss is retired. Brandon Moss retired for the first out in the 5th inning. Lastings Millage asked the Pirates, rather than have essentially 3 days off at AAA Indianapolis because of their all-star game at AAA, he asked the Pirates if he could go down and play at A-ball, Lynchburg, and he did. He had a couple of home runs the other night for the Lynchburg Hillcats. Pirates saying that Millage has been just outstanding in terms of his play on the field and his attitude. We'll talk to Lastings Millage on our radio pregame show tomorrow night called Down on the Farm, as the strike is called on Andy LaRoche. He struck out in the 2nd. Quite a pitcher's duel here tonight.
I was going to say, Greg, we're seeing what they used to refer to as kind of a classic baseball game. Quick strike with a home run by Garrett Jones, and other than that, a whole lot of pitching. Solid, rock solid defense. A couple guys going at it with Lincecum and Mahala. You know, want to go back to that scouting report by Shapiro of the Cleveland Indians. When you look at this young man, he's 5'11", 170, and what a pitch he just threw right there to Mr. LaRoche. But you can see why there might be some concern about, with so much exertion from a comparatively small body, whether it might be able to hold up and physically hold up during a long baseball season.
Well, a lot of teams passed on him, and not a lot. He was 10th that year for the Giants. Jim Duquette, then the Baltimore Orioles general manager, said just what you were mentioning, Steve, that they ended up going with a high school hitter because the feeling was that Lincecum was short, not a real physical kid, and mechanically that he was going to break down. There was enough stress on his arm, elbow, and shoulder, and the scouting department kind of pushed him down because of that medical aspect. And a lot of people feared that with that very unusual wind-up and torque.
Well, it's a strain anyway, with a completely smooth, perfect set of pitching mechanics. But this is a lot of strain and stress on different parts of the body of a guy. Again, 170, 5'11", that's not very big. But he's pitching big. And well, he certainly hadn't broke down. He may never break down. But you can understand some initial concern, because he's matured probably a little bit in the last 2 or 3 years after he signed. Consider he might have been a bit smaller when he signed. So, yeah. But that's the reason that baseball people say, well, there's a high upside. There's a potential here. You can't predict that somebody's going to break down or not break down, and tremendous upside potential. So those sometimes are the risks that you take. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Right now they're working for the Giants.
And another foul ball.
There have been some awkward swings and takes. You can see why this young man is so good. Garrett Jones got the home run, but he's been pretty dominant. Shut down the Pirates after the leadoff double by Freddie Sanchez last inning, and did it in impressive fashion.
Strikes out back-to-back batters, Andy LaRoche and Jack Wilson, through 5 innings. It's a 1-0 game.
Yeah, come on, Paul.
Pirates. Tim Lincecum. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, true pitcher's duel. And you see the pierogies, and we can't go any further, Steve, without congratulating our own Pirate Parrot.
Yep.
The Parrot won the mascot home run derby.
Beating
during the All-Star break.
The Houston mascot.
Yep. Beat Junction Jack from Houston and Slugger from Kansas City.
Yep.
The Parrot wins the mascot home run derby at the All-Star game.
Congratulations.
Andres Torres struck out in the 3rd. Lincecum to follow. And a pop-up. Right fielder Garrett Jones. 1 away.
This is a perfect sequence, too, for Paul Maholm. He gets the number 8 batter in the 6th inning. He is on a roll. Now he gets to work against Lincecum. Nothing automatic, certainly, but this is kind of a comparative breather that could jump you into the last third of the ball game. And you brought up a stat early in the ball game or before the ball game of what Paul Maholm has done when he's gone 7 innings. He has got an ERA of 160 or something.
160 ERA when he tosses at least 7. He has been outstanding at PNC Park. Really in his career, a career ERA here of 3.49. This year, his home ERA is 2.96. Lincecum struck out in the 3rd, and he has now punched out 21 times in 39 at bats. And he strikes out again. 6 punch outs for Paul Maholm. Making his first start since July the 7th. So again, not to beat a dead horse, but 10 days off and looking strong tonight. Top of the order, Aaron Rowan has flied out twice.
And you can tell when you're out. Paul is ready. He got the ball. He got the sign. Let's go. You don't want to wait around when you're pitching this well. Get the ball, get the sign, and let's go.
Rowan has fly to left, fly to right.
I want to get that breaking ball down just a touch.
Did he go?
Yes,
Delman
he
wants
did.
an appeal right away. No, he did not, according to James Hoy, the first base umpire. You decide.
Yep.
We report.
Those 50-50 deals. Maybe 40% chance that he committed far enough.
40%.
Yeah. So I give the umpire the nod for the correct call.
Here's something. Popped up, going to go out of play, and 2-2 the count on Aaron Rowan. He is 2 for 12 in his career against Paul Maholm. He was moved to the leadoff slot by Bruce Bochy May the 20th. And he's hit .314 since. 9 homers, 40 RBIs on the year for Rowan. And takes a pitch just a bit inside. And now 3-2. Maholm trying for his 7th victory. He gets Rowan. What a roll Paul Maholm is on. The Pirates lead 1-0.
brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Nice play, though, you have to say.
Yeah, great play.
Strike on Paul Mahallam. We'll send along our best wishes out to Mike Lang, the doc. Steve?
Yeah, well, there's been some veiled sarcasm in his messages to you, so we'll take them with a grain of salt. Hope all's well, Doctor.
1-2 on Mahallam. 2-2.
By the way, Doc and I are going to get together for a luncheon at Hyde Park on August 11th.
Well, let's see if I'm home.
I don't know if you're invited.
Doesn't matter, I'll be there. Strike 3 is called. And 3 straight Ks for Lincecum. 2009 Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. 1 away, leadoff K for Tim Lincecum. Andrew McCutchen has driven a ball to the warning track and left and struck out. Lincecum has given up 2 hits, a homer, a double. He's walked 1, and there's a fly ball toward right center, and to the track is Rowan. 2 away. Twice McCutchen has flied out to the warning track. It brings up Freddie Sanchez.
Well, we're in the bottom, deep in the bottom of the 6th, and there's been 3 base hits.
How about that? Steve, you got a note from somebody.
I did, yes. This is a great note from Staff Sergeant Nino Ovial, who grew up in the Pittsburgh area. This is his 3rd deployment in Iraq. He's now making his home, or his family is back home in Missouri. There's a pitch that misses, and he sent a note, a wonderful letter, very complimentary about the Pirates and some of the things in my past. He's a big Pirate fan. Pitch misses inside. But he says, I don't even know how to begin to ask you for this. He's asking me. I was wondering if there could be any possible way I could send a picture. He's not able to get to stamps.
Oh,
he apologizes for not being able to get postage. And I put together a package that is being sent to his family. Nino Ovial, Staff Sergeant, 3rd deployment in Iraq. Don't thank me, buddy. Thank you. And that comes from all of us.
Yep.
That's a wonderful note, and we can't do enough for you because of what you do for us. Nino Ovial.
Three-1 count on Sanchez. He doubled to start the 4th, but was stranded. He doesn't agree with that call from Sam Holbrook. Leaves the batter's box shaking his head.
He's got to get a free pass and another home run from Garrett.
Lines the breaking ball into center field like he knew that was coming.
Forget about the pre-pass. How about the base hit?
2 of the 3 hits belonging to Freddie Sanchez.
Yep. Got to be looking for that curveball. Although that breaking ball was up, and Freddie's good enough, even if he's not looking for it, to smack it into center field.
And brings up Garrett Jones. Popped up to the shortstop Renteria in left center field his last time, and homered in his 1st inning AB.
Modest lead, and then some for Freddie.
The Pirate Parrot, congrats again, winning the mascot home run derby.
Freddie has stolen 5 bases. He pretty much picks his spot, but you wonder if this might be one of those spots with 2 outs and not much going on.
I guess on the other hand, the thinking might be this is your currently a real legit power threat. And Garrett Jones would hate to take the bat out of his hands, but anything is possible. As Steve said, with Lincecum on the hill, you might push it.
Yeah, he's got a very, very short lead, although he stretches out just a little bit.
Line drive.
Oh,
that's
boy.
going to be into the seats.
He was all over
Right
that ball just
pole.
out in front.
1-2 on Garrett Jones.
Just a wee bit quick.
One ball, 2 strikes. And just to let Sanchez know that Lincecum hasn't forgotten about him. Garrett Jones signed a minor league free agent deal with the Bucks, invited to spring training. Very impressive down in Bradenton. Started the year at AAA Indianapolis. He hit .307 with 12 homers and 48 RBIs in 72 games. Called up June the 30th. A late swing and a miss. 7 Ks for Lincecum. Paul Mahalem back to the hill with a 1-0 lead.
Just with one pitch. There's the fastball. There's the hook. The fastball up and away, mixing them up and shutting them down. Paul Mahalem leads it 1-0. It's been fabulous.
Randy Wynn leads off, the veteran switch hitter. 2, 3, 4 batters in the lineup.
Good fastball in on the hands.
Randy Wynn came in batting just .115 against lefties. He's 0 for 2 tonight.
Another curveball that's in, but another high curveball.
Getting away with it, right?
You don't always get away with it, but he got away with that one in one last inning. That's a better one. Downstairs, biting. That high curveball will roll a little bit. Get him downstairs, it'll keep grabbing down like that one. Out in front, 0-2.
Stays 0-2 on Randy Wynn.
And he's shown him a little bit of everything. A couple fastballs in on the hands. One curveball, okay. One real good one. He's still in control, 0-2. He can tease him with a pitch or two.
And And a base hit to start the 7th.
And that's what you don't want to see, that 0-2 base hit.
Take a look at tonight's Barrel Automotive League leader stat. Most quality starts in the National League this season. Cubs, Diamondbacks, Rockies, Atlanta, and Pittsburgh.
Well, that's great, but what you want is quality finishes.
Barrel.com, definitely worth a click, but that quality start is very overrated. Quality start, who was it, Steve? Was it Bob Herzl about a month ago that put it simply in one of his columns? A quality start is a win.
That's right. Yeah, quality finish. Give me, what's the stats on the quality finishes? When you have more runs than the other guys, everybody goes home.
A 4.50 ERA is a quality start. Fly ball toward the line. And just to give you an idea, that means that there are only, by my count, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 teams in the National League with combined ERAs over 4.50. So everybody else, quality ERA. Again, a quality start is an earned run average of 4.50. 3 runs or less in 6 innings. He let it go, and that was a smart move. But an infield hit for Pablo Sandoval. And a base hit. It looked as though the only chance they had is if Andy LaRoche was going to be able to make the play, not Mahalam.
Correct. Paul was going the wrong direction. He was going away from first base where the play was going to have to be made. He doesn't get many infield hits, but he gets one there.
Kung Fu Panda.
Yep. And now the challenge is on for Paul. Even when you dominate a game, you're going to have an issue somewhere along the line. Paul's been dominant through 6, and now he has the challenge.
Now, do you bunt your cleanup man?
Yes. I'm guessing yes. But the Pirates don't think so. Well,
no sacrifice bunts this season. He's hit into 7 double plays, 3rd most on the team. Very slow runner, Benji Molina. But he's clutch. Lines it sharply. Oh, and they almost turned it into 2 on the line drive.
A little hesitation needed by from Randy Wynn, and that's a cleanup play. He gets back. He doesn't take the bait, the line drive. He holds his ground, and the Giants will look back at that if they get something going here a little bit more and score some in the 7th inning. That's a heads-up play. Your first instinct on a line drive is to go. If he goes one step, it's a double play.
The hardest hit ball of the night for them. But it's an out, almost resulting in 2, and now it is Edgar Renteria, also a double play candidate.
Good fastball. Start off the at-bat. Jack trying to do a job on Randy Wynn to keep him close.
Oh, runner breaks for 3rd. And he's there without a throw. Randy Wynn, a stolen base. Now, good news is that Pablo Sandoval didn't follow up and go to 2nd. So the double play is still in order.
Well, Randy Wynn, 2 good base running programs for him. First of all, not to take the bait and get doubled off on the line drive, and then after Jack Wilson was up behind him, he felt it's almost a feel that he felt Jack Wilson going back and could get the jump, and Paul wouldn't look back a 2nd time. 9
steals and 10 attempts on the year for Randy Wynn, but again, the double play in order, and Renteria has hit into 10 of them, most on the team. Foul past first base coach Roberto Kelly. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes.
.45 strikeouts, and now Paul is thinking strikeout. And going to have to be on his toes because you're looking now that you're out in front. You got a 2-strike situation. Strikeout would be huge.
2-2.
Fastball inside. Let's see what the, not so much the pitch selection, but the pitch location now. Whether they try to stay inside or they go out away. Looks like he's in tight again. But the pitch sails outside.
Full count on Edgar Renteria. Juan Uribe is on deck. Randy Wynn at third and Pablo Sandoval at first. And a pop-up. Who wants it? Adam LaRoche.
Huge. Simply huge. Okay, Adam LaRoche coming over as Paul gives ground. He's got to let him know he's going to be maybe running up on the mound. That's the pitcher's responsibility. Let your guy know where he is. If he's got to take that little grade up. A little fine tuning for the strategy with the ball game on the line right here in the 7th inning.
As Joe Kerrigan talks to him, we'll talk to you about live music at PNC Park Saturday night, August 1st. Pirates Nationals. Following the game, Jody Messina performing all of her songs right on the field. You don't want to miss this country music chart topper. Jody Messina. Get your tickets, go to pirates.com or call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS. Concert on the field Saturday, August 1st, following the 7:05 game against the Washington Nationals. Ready to go now against Uribe. Big swing and a miss. Around his neck.
Good block.
And there goes the runner for second. And oh, the ball gets away. They had him dead. Now the throw to the plate. Not going to get him. It's tied at 1. They had Sandoval dead at second. Instead, it's a tie game at 1. As the ball gets away.
There it is. The throw is on time and just got away from Freddie. Yeah, it just clanked off the glove. Wind takes off, and he's got a laugher coming into home plate. I wonder if Freddie just looked up.
Could be.
Wow, he might have looked up and just peeked at the runner, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Bad enough that, of course, they don't get the out, but the fact the ball gets away ties it. And a chance now for the Giants to take the lead here in the 7th. And Mahalam falls behind 3-1.
So no error charge, just a wild pitch.
Oh, it's got to be an error on somebody. They wanted us to score.
Yeah.
He didn't break for the plate until the ball got away.
Take your time. Take your time, Paul.
Got him.
Ouch.
Well, Mahalam doing his part, but unfortunately, like Sanchez not be able to make the play, and the Pirates And we're back as Freddie Sanchez discusses that play with Andy LaRoche. Ball just right off of his glove. Freddie Sanchez charged with just his second error of the season. Ryan Doman at the plate. Okay. Doman's throw was right on the bag.
Charged the error to Sanchez, and it's an unearned run.
Yep, but it's tied going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Tim Lincecum facing Ryan Doman, Adam LaRoche, and Brandon Moss. And Doman has struck out and grounded to second. Doman getting his 4th start since going on the disabled list after wrist surgery. This former Altoona curve, and we're told that there's a rain delay at Blair County Ballpark and that they're watching our game right now there in Altoona. And maybe this former curve Doman will get a rally started here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Well, it's as you know, Steve, a great ballpark.
Yes, it is.
In Altoona.
Yep.
And what a great job they do.
I had a chance to spend an afternoon at Blair County Ballpark about a month ago. They do a great job from top to bottom. The ballpark's pretty, and people who run the whole operation, it's a first class. It's a major league operation in Altoona.
Hosting the Harrisburg Senators tonight at Blair County Ballpark. Here at PNC Park, it's the Pirates and the Giants, and Lincecum gets another K. That's 8 for him. Pitch number 100, and we take another look at this play where the runner Sandoval tries to advance on a wild pitch and would have been out, but Sanchez just
I don't know what
moves the ball.
It looked like Freddie might have tried to sneak a peek at the runner and see what status that he was going to maybe stop and try to go back instead of continuing on into second base. And sometimes the minute you peek, you get burned. So the error is charged and the game is tied.
Adam LaRoche has flied to left, flied to center. Glad to be back home. A much better hitter at PNC Park. .357 average with 7 home runs here in this yard. And a .381 hitter against the Giants the last 3 seasons. But he can't hold up his swing, and Lincecum gets his 9th K. The National League's strikeout leader, Tim Lincecum.
Well, he isn't the flamethrower tonight, Greg, but he's got people out in front, awkward swings. He's got a lot of strikeouts on off-speed pitches. Pirate batters out in front.
And 6 of his 9 strikeouts have come against the last 8 batters he's faced. But there's Brandon Moss with a base hit. And he is on base for the 2nd time, having walked in the 2nd inning. Andy LaRoche tries to avoid the turkey. He has struck out in the 2nd and 5th frames.
Now the Giant outfielder is pretty much straight away, which gives Andy LaRoche the corners, and that's exactly what you'd like to see, something bouncing around awkwardly in either the right field corner or left field corner, and let Brandon Moss keep on running.
Just the 4th hit allowed by Lincecum. Mahalam has given up only 3. Out of play, 2nd deck. One ball, 1 strike on Andy LaRoche. Approaching that 9th spot in the batting order, following Jack Wilson in the hole, Paul Mahalam. But John Russell probably won't hesitate if a chance to get a hit as a swinging bunt that's fouled off. Mentioned Lincecum now at 108 pitches. That's where he was his last time when Lincecum drew up third in the 8th inning. Dave Righetti, the pitching coach for Bruce Bochy. This ball fouled out of play. And just to give you some perspective, the season high pitch count for Lincecum this season, 123 back on April the 24th. Has not gone over 110 in his last 8 starts.
But this will be delivery 110.
And with that, the bullpen starts to crank it up right now. Because you can talk all you want to about how, you know, it's an unusual delivery and the torque, and some people feel like possibility of injury down the road. Others say no, the way he does it, he's got that loose arm, swing and a miss in the strikeout. And Andy LaRoche is going to reach first as Molina can't find the handle.
And he might have peeked. He might have looked up
he did.
while he was reaching.
So Moss moves to second on the strikeout, wild pitch.
Well, they got their run in a bizarre fashion.
Yeah.
Why can't we?
Strikeout, wild pitch, 10 Ks. Now Jack Wilson, he's popped up and struck out. But regardless of your thinking, whether you think he's an injury waiting to happen or not, he is really the franchise at this point, Tim Lincecum. So
yep,
you're going to be extra careful with that arm. 0-1.
I really don't think there's any doubt that this would be his last inning.
Is there a doubt this would be his last hitter if he doesn't get Jack Wilson? On deck, Delwyn Young. And 1 ball, 1 strike. 16 career games with 10 or more strikeouts for Lincecum. That's the 5th time this season. Double-digit Ks.
But a painful 10th tonight.
That's fouled out of play. His season high strikeout total this season, 13, April the 18th against Arizona. That's his career high. And Wilson stays alive.
Pull the string again. His fastball has been plenty adequate, but what really has impressed me is the off-speed pitch. He doesn't give it away. Enough separation, 90-91 down to 77-78. Plenty of separation of speed to give a batter fits.
And they're really rooting for a hit here and a run for Paul Maholm. His wins total only 6. Freddie Sanchez rooting as much as anybody for a base hit to kind of get him off the hook, because Maholm would be looking at a W. And again a foul ball. An extended at bat for Wilson.
Yeah, if that's the fastball, that one clocked at 86. Now there might be some, he might throw a different speed fastball by design, but if it's dropped from 90-91 down to 86, then yeah, the tank is kind of getting empty.
A base hit to right field. Runner going to be waved. Oh, he's going to be out by a country mile. Not even close. Moss, the collision, and Molina holds on.
Yep. Wind had shortened up in right field, so he was in an ideal situation to make a throw into home plate.
Moss is thrown out at the plate. Paul Mahalem has another inning to go.
Yeah, he's still under 100 pitches, so that factor, if you pay attention to all that, he deserves to be out there. He deserves to have this chance to still get the W.
Aurelia takes a strike.
Because you got to figure Lincecum is done.
Aurelia 0 for 2. Only 3 hits given up for Mahalem. This ball popped up to the shortstop, Wilson.
Well, a tough spot because Randy Wynn was well and he's playing really short, so he had plenty of time to unload it and threw a perfect strike to Molina to bring it over. And Brandon Moss, his only shot is to try to jar the ball loose because Molina has plenty of time. See, he even had a time to get over and kneel on the third base side and block the plate properly like he should, get the body there and take the hit.
Bunt try by Andres Torres. And another look.
It's a tough call because Moss is out so far coming in from third base. On the other hand, you know, how many shots you're going to get? Do you know it's going to be a perfect throw? If the throw is off a little bit, you steal a run.
Kevin Franzen on deck to bat for Lincecum. Two and two. This 31-year-old switch hitter, much better from this side of the plate. A 407 average coming in as a righty, 154 from the other side. Another angle.
Yep. Tony Beasley is going to wave him initially and realizes it's not a high percentage, but I don't know. I still like taking the shot. It doesn't look good at all when it doesn't work, but there are times it works.
5-3 on the putout. 2 up and 2 down. And now Franzen bats for Lincecum. Follow the Pirates on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.com at Bat 2009, featuring play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit Pirates.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase. Franzen, Kevin Franzen, batting .088, 3 hits in 34 at-bats. He's 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. And he bounces this ball to the left side, deep short, and Jack Wilson, that wet grass does not allow him the chance to plant his foot. It'll be an infield single.
And he was playing him deep in the hole, and that's a play you can really pull a groin muscle. Watch that leg give way on Jack. He tries to plant it. You can really pull something here.
Seen Jack Wilson make so many of those plays this season. The quick release. Franzen gets the infield hit. Now Aaron Rowan, he's flied to left, flied to right, and struck out.
So Tim Lincecum goes 7 innings, giving up a run on 5 hits. The run was the Jones home run. Walked a batter and struck out 10. Another extremely strong outing for Tim Lincecum. Well, you go back to that play for the Pirates. You also go back to the leadoff double by Freddie Sanchez in the 4th inning, and the Pirates were not able to do anything more against this young man who pitched as advertised. Well, you look at that young man, it gives you the impression he just kind of loves where he is right now, loves being a major league pitcher. I mean, he's still got that Got a
incredibly
young,
popular guy.
Yeah, innocent face, and he's just, it looks like he's having the time of his life in the big leagues. And that's kind of a refreshing look at a young major leaguer.
Little first runners back. Rich Aurelio said he connects a lot with the younger fans because he looks like a little kid. He brings some fun to the game.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like he's having the time of his life.
0-2 on Aaron Rowan. Bounce to LaRoche, waits on that last hop, throws across the diamond, and Paul Mahalem. See if the Pirates can't get him a run. He certainly deserves a W. It's 1-1 heading to the bottom of the 8th.
Your bag, it's on. By McDonald's new McCafe coffees, creamy lattes, rich mochas, and frothy cappuccinos. Only at McDonald's. I'm loving it.
It turned out to be a nice night as the Pirates and Giants are tied at 1, and Paul Mahalem gets congrats from the dugout, including from his manager, John Russell.
What a job he did. Sergio Romo coming on to work for the Giants.
Very strong San Francisco bullpen. Bullpen ERA first in the league, 3.25.
Just 15 previous appearances for Romo, but he's struck out 16 in 13 innings.
Delwyn Young bats for Paul Mahalem,
who went 8 innings, giving up 1 unearned run, 4 hits, didn't walk a batter, and struck out 7.
One ball, 2 strikes on Delwyn Young, batting left-handed. He has done great work as a pinch hitter and as a starter. But he goes down on strikes to start the 8th inning for the Bucks.
The breaking ball.
Romo gets Delwyn Young, and now it's Andrew McCutchen, 0 for 3. 2 fly balls to the warning track against Lincecum and a strikeout. Oh and 1 on Andrew McCutchen.
26,709 the announced attendance tonight.
Fly ball to center. Rowan. 2 outs. Right now during Flynn's Tire and Auto Services annual tent sale, you could win 4 Goodyear tires plus a fantastic FSN baseball prize pack. Just go to fsninsider.com and register for your chance to win. Freddie Sanchez, a couple of hits and 3 at-bats against Lincecum. Romo, a 28th round pick by the Giants 4 years ago out of Mesa State College in Grand Junction, Colorado. 29 appearances last year and a 2.12 ERA in 34 innings. And good numbers again this season. Again, a very strong bullpen, which we've talked to some of the Giants people. They'll tell you, no surprise, if you have your starters going 6-7 innings consistently, you've got a fresh bullpen, and your manager can put each guy in the role that he's supposed to be in.
Yep. The short starts blow a bullpen up.
Yep.
So the rotation. Say you want a strong bullpen, we'll have a starting rotation that's strong. You'll almost automatically have a strong bullpen.
Two and two on Sanchez.
John Graybo and Matt Capps.
Pretty obvious what Russell has in mind. Pirates get the lead. It's Capps. If it's tied, it's Graybo. Talking about the Giants and the surprise team in the league, 10 games over 500. It's all about the pitching. First in ERA, first in strikeouts per 9 innings, complete games, second in hits per 9, and averaging over 6 innings per start, third best in the league.
That's a pretty good looking package.
Three and two the count. Garrett Jones on deck. And Sanchez draws the walk. Just 20 bases on balls for Freddie Sanchez this season. 16 of them unintentional. And Bruce Bochy will go to the left-hander, Jeremy Affel. And that's our Columbia Gas 811 call to the pen. See what Garrett Jones can do against the veteran left-hander here in the 8th inning, tied at 1. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered.
Here's the veteran. Time with Kansas City, Colorado, Kansas City, or Cincinnati, excuse me. Kansas City, Colorado, Cincinnati, and now the Giants.
Interesting matchup here. Garrett Jones against Jeremy Affeldt. Affeldt has been outstanding, especially over the last month. He's allowed just 2 earned runs in his last 29 innings, an .062 ERA. First batters faced are 1 for their last 15, though lefties doing better against him than our righties. Lefties hitting .255, righties .176. And interestingly, Garrett Jones, his 6 home runs, 4 of them off left-handed pitchers. Lays off the breaking ball. Sanchez started, then stopped. Molina goes ahead and throws.
Freddie had a notion. This ball got far enough away to put the idea in Freddie's mind, but he shuts it down after that start. Lives to run another day.
Affeldt has given up just 1 home run in 34 innings. Now ahead of Garrett Jones, 1-2.
What a job Paul Maholm did tonight. What a job. 8 innings, 1 unearned run.
Concerned about Sanchez.
I don't think Freddie's too concerned about that move, however.
Ground ball to second. Uribe on to first. Bucks not able to break the tie. Heading to inning number 9. It's 1-1.
In position when the pitch crosses the plate.
You can catch the entire tip on Sunday's Pirates pregame show beginning at 1 o'clock right here on FSN Pittsburgh.
You never want to be moving when the pitch is delivered. Too hard to get settled and be ready. John Grabo on a roll. He's not giving up a run in his last 13 appearances, covering 8 2/3 innings. He's pitched extremely well in this ballpark and needs to put up a 0 here in the 9th inning.
Win a fly ball to left. Near the line is Moss. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 9th.
Always gets concerned when a ball is hit high in the air down that left field line. That 325 foul pole is inviting. Brandon was able to get over there and comfortably get that one.
It's a good look to see how that fence then starts to jut out. So you get those so-called cheap home runs when it's down that line near that foul pole. It starts to really shorten up. Right down that line.
Right from the FSN sign, well, from that line, if you go back out toward left center field, see the angle of the wall.
Pablo Sandoval, an infield hit his last time.
You can hold it right there, right there. It gets really vulnerable.
Oh, come back to the mound. And that's a nice play, but I tell you, I think the bigger story is Steve Lass has been taking some telestrator lessons. That didn't go unnoticed.
I wish that it had. I don't know what that was all. Yeah, what was that all about?
That's what I want to know. Here's this play again.
Who's on first?
Wow.
Nobody is on first.
Yeah, nobody is right. Come back into the mound. Are you saying that was unintentional? That neat look that you just gave us?
No.
The dashed double arrow.
Well, yeah. Your question is?
2 outs in the 9th, and the batter is Benji Molina, 0 for 3. Yeah, that's right. I'm reminding you, John Madden's retiring there, Steve.
Well, wait till I draw the stick man on there.
And a ball for a 4-pitch walk to Benji Molina. And who knows, maybe that's by design, because Molina certainly is one of maybe 2 home run threats. How you could say Aaron Rowan also part of that. Edgar Renteria has 2 home runs this season. 0 for 3 against Mahalam tonight. A strikeout, a slow bounding ball to third, and a play that was made by Andy LaRoche to rob him of an infield hit. Last time up, he popped up to Adam LaRoche. Ball 1. Bottom of the 9th, the Pirates will have Doman, Adam LaRoche, and Brandon Moss due up.
Joe Kerrigan wants to talk with John Grabo. Benji Molina, not much of a threat to run, for sure.
Renteria 3 for 5 in his career against Grabo. First annual Open Wide Open charity golf event is Friday, September 11th at Alcoma Golf Course in Penn Hills. Proceeds benefit Pittsburgh-based Every Child Incorporated for donations, sponsorships, and to register your foursome. Visit openwideopen.com. 2 outs, Molina on, and Renteria the batter.
We're looking forward on Monday to be out of South Hills for the Pirates alumni golf event. Benefits a lot of local charities. A lot of the alumni guys are involved in it. Looking forward to it.
By the way, I'm just reminded that that is only the 4th walk this season by Benji Molina.
A couple of free swingers back to back with Sandoval and Molina.
Fly ball to right, and the reason we point that out is because it was pretty obvious, a 4-pitch walk. That was by design. Grabo works around Molina, goes after Renteria.
Gets him.
Head to the bottom. 2 for 3, a 3-run homer against the Rangers as the Twins lead that game 5-3. Red Sox designate Julio Lugo for
Oh my
assignment.
goodness,
Yeah.
they did. Stop the press.
Greg Maddux inducted into the Braves Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that one. That's legit.
Talk about a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Here is Ryan Doman to start things off. Thanks to Chevrolet for In Case You Missed It. And in case you missed it, we've been awfully busy tonight. We've had a lot of stuff, a lot of traffic, as they say. We have failed to mention Rich Donnelly is coaching first base tonight because Perry Hill had some flight trouble coming in. So he's okay, the Pirates first base coach, but it's Rich Donnelly over there. And because of the great pitching from Lincecum and now Jeremy Affeldt and even Sergio Romo, Rich Donnelly been, for the most part, pretty quiet over there. Former Pirates third base coach, current Pirate third base coach, of course, is Tony Beasley. Adam LaRoche, 0 for 3. Jeremy Affeldt has a scoreless inning streak going. Currently at 22 1/3 innings. Longest streak of his career, longest active streak in the major leagues. No one has scored against Jeremy Affeldt now in 22 1/3 innings. During that stretch, he has walked a dozen while striking out 20. Not really good numbers in terms of the free passes. Scoreless inning streak, good, but a dozen walks in just over 22 frames. Adam LaRoche ended the first half of the season miserably at the road trip. He is now 1 for his last 20, make it 1 for his last 30 at bats. And a fly ball to left. 2 away. Brandon Moss has walked, fly to left, singled, and run into the catcher.
Did a good job, but was there anybody better than Ty Wigginton?
Nope.
Running into catchers?
Nope.
His short stay with the
Absolutely
Pirates?
not. And I don't know if there's anybody better holding on to the baseball than Yadier Molina, Benji's brother. It was Wigginton ran him over. And Yadier has had his share of collisions over his career. Well, that was one violent collision at PNC Park a few years ago. Ty Wigginton trying to run over Yadier Molina.
And
One
I
ball,
think
one strike.
He destroyed somebody
Coy
out in
Hill in Arizona.
Yep.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nothing going here. We said that Affeldt has allowed just 1 home run in 36 innings this season. Two and 1.
Certainly the Giants kind of game. A lot of pitching and hope to scratch out enough offense. Back it up.
Eddie Sanchez at the plate tonight. A couple of hits and a walk, but still I'm sure feels badly about the ball that got away. The reason why this game is tied at 1. Checks close, ball 4. John Russell runs through some signs. Another look, Steve, at the collision.
Yeah, and Molina had time to get the ball and then set himself. That doesn't that luxury doesn't always occur for a catcher. Sometimes you got to look for the ball and the runner and where you are at home plate all at the same time, and that's when you're very vulnerable. But he got the ball, slid over, third base side, set himself up, took the hit.
And it looks like we're going extra innings. We are to the 10th here at PNC Park. Tied up at 1. Replay, all the runs, hits, and the action from this game in just 2 hours. Pirates Instant Replay airs tonight at 11 right here on FSN. Trying to keep it tied is Matt Capps, who makes his first appearance since the implosion. Saturday night, 5 runs on 6 hits, 1/3 of an inning. Gave up 2 home runs as the Phillies scored 5 times to win the game 8-7. Capps was just getting in some work. A 7-3 lead ended up with the loss. And up, little blooper. After the strike, Domit's toss over the mound. Uribe 1 for 3. Pop up. Jack Wilson. 1 down. Rich Aurelian out of the plate. Matt Capps looking for his 7th 1-2-3 inning of the season. He's thrown 29 innings. 6 times he's retired the side 1-2-3. Just to give you some perspective, Jesse Chavez has retired the side in order 13 times. Brendan Metters will be the new pitcher in the bottom of the 10th. Paul Mahallam, 8 innings, 1 unearned run on 4 hits. John Grabo, a scoreless 9th, and now Capps. Count 0-2. Aurelia bounced to short in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 5th. Last time up, he popped up to the shortstop, Nate Shearholz, the on-deck batter, to bat for Andres Torres. We said earlier that Torres is hitting just 154 from the left side of the plate, so Bruce Bochy will lift him against the righty Capps. who strikes out Aurelia, 2 away. Two up, 2 down for Caps.
Let her high heat.
Sherholtz, the left-hand hitter. Likely to be in the starting lineup tomorrow night against Charlie Morton, who opposes Barry Zito in Game 2 of the series. And then the Giants' other ace, Matt Cain, who is also, like Lincecum, 10-2. Cain will face Zach Duke on Sunday. Pirate All-Star Zach Duke. 2-0 on Sherholtz. Sherholtz hitting .341 over his last 27 games.
Like there might be a little attitude being delivered by Matt Capps. Missed downstairs there.
Fred Lewis on deck. Should the inning continue, he'll bat for FL. Full count. .30 innings for Caps. 21 strikeouts. He's walked 13. And now John Bowker replaces Fred Lewis on deck. Stays 3-2. The Giants 10 games over 500. The Pirates 38-50. Have lost 4 in a row and 8 of their last 10. Sherholtz gets the better of Caps. And he's going to head to second. And he's there with a double. No small matter. And he goes into second.
At 90 feet as he delivered that ball right in the gap in right center field, and a terrific at bat for Sherholtz. And he had 2 bases on his mind from the time he reached first.
Bowker bats now for Affeldt.
He kept his string going with 1 1/3 innings of scoreless relief, just issuing a free pass.
Bowker with 2 hits in 10 at bats. One of those hits, a home run. A 2009 Pacific Coast League All-Star. His first hit as a Giant this season, a home run in his 3rd start.
Left-hand hitter with Jack Wilson trying to keep him back of Sherholtz, to keep him honest at second base and not let him get too big a lead, although Jack is playing so deep that Sherholtz is going to be able to creep a good bit and get a pretty decent lead.
Breaking ball and a miss.
Yep, down under. Neat. Good delivery by Matt Capps. Bowker chases a bad pitch from his perspective. A good one from Matt.
he gets ahead of the pinch hitter Bowker. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shearholtz go ahead run at second. Missed the fastball 2-2.
So many reasons for Matt Capps to put up a 0 here. For the ball club, first of all, for his perspective, that bad taste of Saturday night out of his mouth.
Off speed, and it's still a 2-2 count. Yeah, frustrating, kind of not as consistent a season for Capps as he would like.
You just get the idea, and I don't see him every time, Greg, but he's not putting people away after 2 strikes the way he was before. Yep. He was just polishing people off. That's not been the case as often this year.
Kind of like the way he did with Aurelia, you know, blew him away, but then here Shearholtz battles, fouls off a couple pitches, now 2-2 on Bowker.
And of course, when you don't put them away, then that allows the hitters to see at least 1 more pitch, maybe several more pitches. And the more pitches you see, the more comfortable you become.
Get an appeal, but it's Larry Vanover saying he didn't go. And now it's 3-2 on Bowker.
And looked like he missed with the slider down and in. Now, does he have to come back with a fastball because he believes he can get that one over the plate? And with that in mind, does Bowker's thinking go along those lines? Well, he missed with the breaking ball. I'm going to get the heat now. Nope, he went with the breaking ball. Got him. Nicely done. Came right back. Batter's looking for the fastball. Doesn't get it. Matt Capps puts up a 0. Important.
Capps got the loss on Saturday in Philly. Can he get the win in Pittsburgh tonight against? Randy Wynn moves from right field to left field. Nate Shearholtz, who pinch hit, is now in right. The new pitcher is right-hander Brandon Metters.
Lincecum, 7 innings, giving up a run, and then Romo 2/3 of an inning. Obviously nothing given up in the run column. And then Affeldt, an inning and a third, scoreless.
Jack Wilson leads off the bottom of the 10th. That was a slow breaking ball to start him off.
How about the quality work of both starters coming away with a no decision?
Yeah. Line caught by the Panda. Sandoval, line drive, robs Jack Wilson.
Playing close to the line, playing no doubles, don't want to let anything down into that corner, and the hot reaction at the hot corner.
One away in the 10th. Ramon Vasquez pinch hitting now for Caps. Strike 2.
Good fastball, good curveball.
Breaking ball. Vasquez 4 for 18 off the bench. And Heat misses. Inside. Breaking ball. 67 miles an hour, 3-2. Full count on Vasquez. Meadows has walked 17 in 37 innings. It remains 3-2.
Base runner, get a base runner. Gets Vasquez on first base, let the wheel turn however it wants to turn. Find a way to get him to second. Just has to go step by step many times. Find a way to get him on base.
And upstairs with a fastball and misses. Brings up McCutchen. Well, McCutchen has hit 2 balls to the warning track. The first inning to left field, and in the 6th inning to right center. Probably going to have to hit the ball over the fence to score Vasquez. Probably.
But he could put him in a very good spot down there at third base.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be pretty right now. I mean, get a wild pitch and a base hit on it. Just find some way. Good hook. There's that real slow.
69, 68, 67 miles an hour.
That's
and then
like
the fastball's, you know, upper 80s, but it looks like it's 99.
Yeah, it's like a freight train after that. Just like he pulls the string, like a boomerang. Almost comes back to it. Goes down, underneath, back around.
Fly ball to center. 2 outs. Freddie Sanchez on base the last 3 times to the plate with a double, a single, and a walk. Vasquez at first with 2 down in the bottom of the 10th. Bucks have won 7 games this season in their final at bat. Bucks are 1-3 in extra inning games this season. Hard to believe only 4 extra inning ball games the first half. Last season seemed like every other game went extra frames.
It was. It was indeed.
The Giants are 4-3 when games go extra innings. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Sanchez. Oh, love to see him come to the plate. They've used their lone left-hander, Affeld.
Route 66 again for the curveball. The slow hook. And the slower you throw a curveball, the more time it has to let that spin take effect and make it break even more. Tries it again.
Jeez, 2-2. That's got to be
64.
2-2 the count. Brian Wilson getting ready in a hurry. Their closer. Bochy may be thinking that he would want Wilson to face Garrett Jones if it gets to that point. Hope it does.
Freddie waiting as long as he could on that slow curveball.
Netter's last 4 years with the Diamondbacks. Signed as a free agent this winter by the Giants. And now strikes him out looking with a fastball.
Locked him up after all the hooks.
On to the 11th. The game remains. Ryan Domit, that allows the tying run to score. That in the 7th inning, Randy Wynn. And the Pirates tried to score the go-ahead run on the base hit by Jack Wilson in the bottom of the 7th inning, but Brandon Moss is the easy out. That's where we stand now in the 11th, and it's Jeff Karstens.
Becomes the 4th Pirate pitcher of the evening. Mahalam was terrific, 8 innings, the 1 unearned run. Graybo and Cap scoreless innings, and now Jeff Karstens, and he did a nice job for the Pirates in relief Sunday afternoon. 3 2/3 scoreless. Comes on here to work in the top of the 11th.
At one point, he had retired 4 in a row on strikeouts this past Sunday. Got the last 2 outs in the 2nd inning, relieving Virgil Vasquez, then set down the Phillies 1-2-3 in the next 2 innings.
Where does Jeff Karstens fit in the scheme of things? Out of the bullpen, he returned to the rotation.
Well, he has an earned run average in the bullpen now in 12 relief appearances of 270 since his last start June the 5th. But it's fair to say that Virgil Vasquez can't have many more outings like he had on Sunday. Just can't do it. Nice pick over there by Andy LaRoche. Made that look easy.
Yep. In between hop, scooped it up.
Well done by the Bucko third baseman to start this 11th inning.
No mistakes now. Extra innings.
Randy Wynn, the base hit to start the 7th, and scoring the tying run. And as we said at the time, just his 8th hit in 65 at bats this season against lefties. So he'll swing around now and bat left-handed. 313 average from this side of the plate.
World of difference.
5th season with the Giants, 35 years old.
200-point difference from right-handed to left-handed. Batting average. Ouch. Got him.
Karstens gets him to fly to left.
Got him. Yeah.
Karstens very aggressive to the mitt, especially in his last outing. Talk about on Sunday against the Phillies. Just throwing strike after strike against the first 2 men here in the 11th. And now it's Pablo Sandoval. He will bat left-handed. 1 for 4 tonight from the other side of the plate.
His numbers are pretty good season-wise from both sides.
Yeah, came in hitting .373 as a righty, .322 from this side.
And to keep that right elbow in.
Bounces it to the right side. Nicely done by Jeff Karstens. 1-2-3. Head to the bottom of the 11th inning. Still tied at 1. Here at PNC Park. Still tied at 1. Looking for a walk-off win. And they'll face the hard-throwing closer now of the Giants, Brian Wilson, whose save total of 23 is tied for the league lead with Frankie Rodriguez of the Mets and Heath Bell of the San Diego Padres. A 3.66 ERA for Brian Wilson, who was an all-star last year, on his way to saving 41 games for the Giants. And it's Garrett Jones. Power against power. Ball 1. Brian Wilson, 39 innings, has given up 2 home runs. Garrett Jones, the home run, giving him dingers in 4 straight as he homered in each of the 3 games before the break against the Phillies.
Well, went downstairs and got it. Got the lift. Enough lift to get it over the 399 sign. You might look at this ball game right now as it shortens way down, Greg, to the Pirates might be having a little edge. Bruce Bochy won't let Wilson work very long. Jeff Carson's can give you some innings, so that might play into the Pirates' hands.
Oh, had to fight that off, and it's a fly ball to right.
Yeah, he's just strong enough where he muscled that ball far enough to be caught. There are guys who would hit the same kind of, have the same kind of contact, and that ball would land in front of the right fielder.
Dome at 0 for 4. A couple of strikeouts against Lincecum, the starter. Grounded out in the 4th inning and bounced out in the 9th. And this tap to second. 2 away. Both clubs with 5 hits. Adam LaRoche 0 for 4 in this game. LaRoche had 2 hits in 30 at-bats on the road trip. Overdue. Strike 1. I've seen his average dip to 247. And this is the team he loves to face. The Giants. Since 2006, only Albert Pujols and Ryan Braun have higher batting averages against these Giants than does Adam LaRoche. And it's 1-2, and the Pirates have had great success against San Francisco since the start of the 06 season. They're 14-5 versus the Giants. It's the best record for the Bucs against any National League opponent since 06. 2 balls, 2 strikes. July 2nd against the Mets, his last home run.
Last home game, is it not?
Won't have it here. Caught looking. The fans very disappointed. As we move to the 12th, still tied at 1. Western Pennsylvania Chevy dealers and Geico. Airs tomorrow at 6 here on FSN. Right here. Jeff Carson's a 1-2-3 11th. Benji Molina leads off the 12th. Ball one on this 35-year-old backstop, Benji Molina. 16 homers last year, 95 RBIs.
There's still 3 Molinas catching in the big leagues. Yadier, Benji, and
Jose.
Yep.
Quite a family. On the bullpen phone, Joe Kerrigan asking somebody to get up. Bounce to third. Off the lip. 1 out. Andy LaRoche has been busy and been very good.
Flashing the leather. LaRoche and leather.
This play he made in the 5th. The ball hit by Edgar Renteria.
That was my favorite, the Renteria. Come in, take it on the move, throw across the body with accuracy and a little steam on it.
Renteria at the plate. Ball outside, says Sam Holbrook. Fly ball to left center. Some yards, that would be trouble, not here.
And the Pirates thinking along the lines of the bottom of the 12th. If we get down to Carson's, you will pinch hit. That's why the activity in the bullpen. Jeff certainly capable of giving them another inning if needed.
Now, Steve, are those necklaces the kind that give you the good vibes, whatever they call that? You know, a lot of these players use it. He just monopolizing all the ones that the Giants have. What is that?
I don't want to.
Do you have one of those?
I don't want to comment on something that I don't know much about.
Oh, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so, I guess.
I had a collection like that when I was 12 years old at the carnival. I'd won some prizes and things.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be just. That might have some significant meaning for the young man. So
yeah, good point. But a lot of the players have gone to those necklaces. Boy, how about Jeff Karstens?
Yeah.
Man, 6 up, 6 down, head to the bottom of the 12th. Stick around. This is when the Pirates win it right here. Brandon Moss will lead off the bottom of the 12th against Brian Wilson.
So you guarantee to win here?
Yeah.
Right in this, is he going to hit it over the fence?
No. And he could, not a guarantee. It's going to be a walk-off win, though, here in the 12th.
I like it. I like it.
Because I'm putting on my fighting titanium necklace myself. That's what's going to do it. Moss, 2 walks, a base hit, and a fly out to left. 2-0. Yeah, you could use, I guess, design something there. Be heavy.
Well,
or a necklace.
It's got the tightener on it too.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's an added feature. That's an option.
Nice option. Ground ball to second. 1 out. Moss. So officially 1 for 3 is Brandon Moss. Andy LaRoche is 0 for 4. After he struck out for the 3rd time in the 7th inning, he reached on a wild pitch. Last time up, he faced Jeremy Affeldt and bounced to second baseman Juan Uribe. 1 ball, no strikes, with 1 down in the 12th. Two and 0. Strike. Brian Wilson, a 1-2-3 11th. The Giants closer. And it's a ball. 3-1.
One of the reasons Brian Wilson's so good was that 2-0 pitch. Could throw that slider over the plate behind in the count, had a breaking ball he could count on, but still moves to 3-1.
And bounce to the shortstop, Renteria. 2 outs. 5 up, 5 down for Brian Wilson. Jack Wilson, no relation, has popped to short, struck out, singled, and lined to third.
Thought you were going to suggest we had many of the parts of the Beach Boys.
Sure. We certainly have the Brian Wilson. Good vibrations.
Yep.
There was no Jack Wilson in the Beach Boys, was there?
Was there another Wilson, though?
Sure. Ground ball. And up with it. Uribe on to first for the out. Pirates are going to win it in the 13th. Stick around. 1-1 after 12.
Down his perfect 2 innings of relief. Hanrahan becomes the 5th Pirate pitcher of the evening.
Those numbers combined, Pittsburgh and the Washington Nationals. 39 games total on the year for Joel Hanrahan, a closer on and off for the Nationals the last couple of seasons. Part of the Sean Burnett, Niger Morgan deal.
Throwing strikes, the first order of business.
This is 5th outing with the Bucks. Aurelia, Nate Shearholtz, and a pinch hitter for Brian Wilson. Speaking of those Washington Nationals, they continue to struggle mightily. They lost 3-1 to Carlos Zambrano and the Cubs in D.C. Aramis Ramirez hit his 5th home run of the season. Did he go? Yes.
And first base umpire James Hoy gets the look from Rich Aurelia.
Ball and 2 strikes on this veteran, Rich Aurelia.
Been a long night for most of the hitters. Rich is 0 for 4 with a couple strikeouts. Add to that. Good start for Joel Hanrahan, hiring Rich Aurelia on strikes. Breaking ball downstairs, being chased.
Hanrahan now facing Nate Shearholtz. A pinch hit double with 2 outs in the 10th off Matt Capps, but was stranded. Stayed in the game to play right.
Activity in the Giants bullpen. There used to be the old theory, well, you have this kind of ball game, something sudden is going to happen. Somebody's got to hit a home run. Well, just as often, somebody gets a sloppy run. There's no guarantee that it's going to be quick and clean.
2-0 on Shearholtz. Out of play. Second time this season the Pirates have gone extra innings at home. They lost 9-8 to the Mets July the 2nd here at PNC Park.
Last home game.
They went 15 innings in a 7-6 loss to the Braves in Atlanta on June the 8th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Relatively early, huh?
It's been one of those nights for good night for one of those promotions sleepover
Yeah.
at the ballpark. And stick around for tomorrow's game.
Shearholtz going to be 2 for 2.
Just a little excuse me shot without the same authority he had last time up when he doubled to that same neighborhood.
Fred Lewis to bat for Brian Wilson. Left-hand hitter.
You got to keep an eye on Shearholtz. I don't know much about him, but he looks like he runs very well, and we're getting down to the part of the ball game where teams are going to have to start taking some chances.
Shearholtz 2 for 3 this season in the stolen base department. You have to be concerned with the bunt, so the third baseman Andy LaRoche is in because of Fred Lewis's great speed on a sacrifice bunt, but bunting for a hit. Lewis with just 8 hits in his last 51 at bats. He has been relegated to bench duties, just 6 starts, last 30 Giants ball games.
And if he did try to sacrifice and gets the ball down, you better be on your toes to get the out that's available.
Go ahead run aboard. And now Hanrahan falls behind the pinch hitter, 2-0.
And this is the trap you can fall into. Be so concerned about that runner at first base, you forget about throwing strikes to the guy at the plate. And when you are in that situation, you can really compound the problem.
The big cut and coming up empty.
Sure did not aim that fastball, turned it loose.
2-1 on Fred Lewis. And 3-1. Lewis hit .282 last year. With 9 homers, drove in 40, and scored 81 runs. And there goes the runner, a delay of sorts.
Thank you.
Ball fouled off. He did a little stutter step at first and then took off. Schierholtz, who has had pretty bad numbers in terms of stolen base success.
I was just saying thank you because that was ball 4. Fouled off.
And there goes the runner again, and it's fouled back. Schierholtz again 2 for 3 this season. Limited major league action. 5 steals in 8 attempts in his major league career. Minor leagues, 40 stolen bases caught 25 times.
Good speed, not the best base stealing percentage. The other side of this equation, Fred Lewis has seen a lot of pitches from Mr. Hanrahan.
There he goes again, and it's ball 4, and it's 2 on with 1 away in the 12th. It's Aaron Rowan to the plate. Aaron Rowan 3 for 8 in his career, plus a walk against Joel Hanrahan.
John Russell wants a new pitcher.
Our Columbia Gas 8-1-1 call to the pen has been made.
Jesse Chavez. Number 43 right-hander Jesse Chavez making his 43rd appearance. Leads the club in that department, his first full season in the major leagues. Overall numbers, and he inherits a 1-out, 2 men on situation here in the top of the 13th inning of this 1-1 ball game. Seems like a long time ago we had quite a pitching duel.
Boy, well, doesn't it?
The pitching duel still remains, but boy, Paul Mulholland more than held his own against Tim Lincecum. I can't even say it anymore. So late, so long ago.
They're hanging in there.
Yep. Rowan is grounded into 8 double plays. Certainly what we're looking for here.
Chavez has retired 30 of the 42 first batters faced. He's given up 3 hits in his last 9 outings, covering 24 at bats. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rowan. And a double play chance. 5, 4, and oh, a bad throw by Freddie Sanchez. And of course, a nice job by Lewis to take him out. Lewis got down there very quickly to disrupt the play.
And I thought for a minute that Andy LaRoche might think about taking the out at third base and then going to first, but he was too far away, and Adam LaRoche saves the run.
Yeah. Give an assist.
You're exactly right, though. Lewis just did a number, and he had time because it's a long throw from third over to second base, so the double play opportunity was there, but tip of the cap to Fred Lewis for not allowing it to happen. He did his job at second.
That could be a huge play because they're still alive now. And Shearholtz at third for Randy Wynn. Ball 1. Chavez got the bouncing ball from Rowan.
Chest high to him.
Yep.
Chest high. But in the best of circumstances, that 5-4-3 double play around the horn takes 2 long throws. It's not that quick flip from the shortstop to the second baseman or vice versa.
Lewis has great speed and got there quickly. And a nice play there by Adam LaRoche. Can't forget that if this game remains tied. That stop by LaRoche. And we won't forget that play. Adam LaRoche has not done much at all offensively, but big play there and nicely done by Jesse Chavez. And to the bottom of the 13th, it is 1-all. This veteran right-hander making his 35th appearance. Again, an outstanding bullpen the Giants have put together. Best ERA in the league, 3.25. Jeff Salazar bats for Chavez.
Well, Salazar is going to get out. I don't know how. And then Andrew McCutcheon's going to bunt him over. They're going to throw the ball away, and we're going to have men on second and third with nobody out.
Wow. Talk about calling it. Jeff Salazar for pinch hit at bats, plus a walk. Oh for 4 plus a walk for Jeff Salazar. Up from the minor leagues a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, you pitchers have made your point. It's been a great night for pitching. Enough.
Yeah. Now what?
We're convinced we need some offense. Not a whole lot of it. Just a touch.
Two balls and a strike. Salazar has had big league playing time with the Diamondbacks and Rockies. Bob Howry joining Giants after 3 years with the Cubs. Meek up in the bullpen for the Bucks. Howry strikes out Salazar for the first out in the bottom of the 13th.
One away from the fastball and got Salazar out in front. The dominant pitching continues.
Andrew McCutcheon has flied out 4 times in 5 at-bats. 3 times to the center fielder Rowan. His first AB sent the left fielder back to the warning track. And he struck out in the 3rd. Strike is called. One ball, 2 strikes.
Both managers have used 5 of their relievers to this point.
That stays 1-2. To left. but carries out.
The atom ball. The atom ball.
Second out in the bottom of the 13th. Randy Wynn will move from right to left in the 10th. And for the 5th time tonight, McCutcheon flies to an outfielder.
Tough night for Andrew. Tough night for most hitters, but Andrew 0 for 6.
Sanchez on base 3 times. He's doubled, singled, and walked. Also has fouled out and struck out looking. He is 4 for 10 in his career against Bob Howry.
Need one more outburst from the double machine. Get him at second base. Or at this stage, even first base.
Whatever, yeah. Count 2 balls and no strikes. Bob Howry trying to have a 1-2-3 13th inning. Howry was a 5th round pick of the Giants in 1994 and then was part of the infamous white flag deal in July of 1997 when the White Sox essentially gave up, even though they were certainly within reach in their division back in 1997. Made the trade, Wilson Alvarez, Roberto Hernandez, and Danny Darwin being dealt to the Giants. 3-1. And Bob Howry was acquired by the White Sox, along with a handful of other players, including Keith Folk, back July 31st, 1997.
That made a few headlines.
Didn't it?
That move, yep.
Should reach the seats, and it will.
It's like, who's it? Roberto Duran? No mas.
Yeah.
Threw in the towel.
Yeah, that was not popular on the south side of Chicago. Speaking of Roberto Duran, we just saw him. Where were we? Down in Houston. He is good friends with the Carlos Lee and threw a ceremonial first pitch. I can tell you Roberto Duran looks nothing like he did when he was boxing, Steve. Talk about no mas. Might want to suggest that next time he goes to the dinner table. Pitches popped up to the center fielder, and the catch is made, and we are moving along to the 14th inning, tied at 1. Ceremonial first pitch. Oh my, in Houston. With his good buddy Carlos Lee. Panama. Boy, what a fighter he was, though. In all seriousness, man, I'll tell you. It's fun to watch. Well, Evan Meek makes his 29th appearance of the season. He looks to keep this game tied, getting it to the bottom of the 14th. And he faces Pablo Sandoval.
We're getting the area of the ball game where it's called a vendetta now instead of a baseball game.
Sound like Doc Holliday.
You do your Daisy.
Well, it's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
It's a reckoning.
Sandoval infield hit in the 7th. He's grounded out 3 times and flied to left.
And how about Sam Holbrook back at home plate for this, the 14th inning, doing his job, calling the balls and strikes along with the other gentleman in blue. Long evening for everybody.
And a base hit. Looked for a moment like Andy LaRoche might have a shot. But quickly skipped past.
High breaking ball. Just pushed the opposite way.
A leadoff hit, and now Benji Molina. Now you wouldn't think again of the bunt being in play here.
Pirates certainly not thinking so, with Andy LaRoche well back at third base.
Their cleanup hitter, and rarely, if ever, in his career has been asked to bunt.
But these are desperate times,
Yep.
14th inning.
Andy LaRoche just hugging the bag at third. And Molina takes the fastball up high. A look at the Pirates defensively, with Adam LaRoche holding the runner, Pablo Sandoval.
And not expecting Molina to pull the ball against Evan Meek, with Moss well off the line in left field, over toward left center.
Looking down at third base coach Tim Flannery. Benji Molina. Fly ball to McCutchen in center for the first out. Giants fans watching, no doubt wondering, why wouldn't you bunt this guy? It just doesn't happen like it used to, Steve. It was automatic back then, but in this day and age, you just don't put your players in a position where they can't succeed.
But people, you brought up the subject of speed, pitching, and defense now, which would play into the point where you would bunt more.
That's true. Strike on Edgar Renteria.
Not looking so much for the long ball, the big offensive outburst.
Runner goes, fouled off by Renteria. They sent Pablo Sandoval.
Yep, who doesn't have blazing speed, but he's stolen 4 bases. Edgar Renteria has been around a long time, knowing that they might have had the stolen base via surprise.
And Renteria bears repeating that has hit into 10 double plays, most on the team. So Bochy putting that runner in motion. Tonight, Renteria has struck out, grounded to third, and popped up 3 times. Check swing foul.
Boy, that's a dangerous little program right there. That ball stays on the grass. Yep, you get first and second with 1 out.
Another look at the half swing.
A little exchange between Sam Holbrook, home plate umpire, and Evan Meek. Probably Holbrook saying, yeah, we got enough baseballs. Here's another one.
0-2 the count on Renteria with 1 away. Can Meek get a ground ball here? Get the DP. Pablo Sandoval on at first. Ground ball right to Jack Wilson. 6-3 on to the bottom of the 14th inning. Still knotted up at 1 apiece. The big man, Garrett Jones, will lead off, trying to win it. After what, 35-minute rain delay at the start, they had their second 7th inning stretch of the night as we go to the bottom of the 14th inning.
They deserve a win. They deserve a win right now.
You want to call it?
Oh yeah.
You're going to call the win now?
Well, yeah. Garrett Jones going to double.
Okay, then bunt him over.
It, and then
the bunt, like you called last time, the bunt over. No, I think Garrett Jones is going to go deep here, and it's going to be all over.
I got him down for 2 base hit.
All right, watch this.
Bob Howard in his 2nd inning of work. Lincecum, there I said it right that time. Romo, Affeldt, Metters, Wilson, and now Bob Howard in his 2nd inning.
Garrett Jones hits the drive to win it. Garrett Jones, a walk-off with his 2nd home run of the game.
Wow. Wow. Good call, Greg. Good hit, Garrett. Ollie, ollie in free. Everybody in.
Raise the Jolly Roger.